Great, this is lesson 19, U.S. traditional subtraction. So the focus in this lesson is for you to be able to subtract problems using different strategies and to introduce you to the U.S. traditional subtraction method. So one way that they're giving you to subtract is the counting up method. Okay, this strategy helps you to take the number that's at the lowest, the one you're subtracting, from the largest number. So even though we're trying to figure out the answer, what it equals, right now because we know 50 is the highest maximum number, we're going to count up from 26 to 50. So we start that by writing this number first, 26. So you see I've done that here. 26 plus 4 equals 30. I want to get to the 0, the number ending in 0, the tens place here ending in 0. Then I take that number, go to the next line and go 30 plus what will get me to 50? Well, 20 equals 50. Now I'm at that target number. So what did I have to add to 26 to get to 50? Notice how nicely I kept this column underneath each other. So when I add that up, my answer is 24. I always double check my answers. So I kept my answer 24, added it to the 26, which was the original number, and I came up with a 50. So that way I know that I did it right. Solve these two problems using a different method for each. Show your work and be prepared to explain your methods. So one method that you could do is the counting up method. Here again, I'm going to demonstrate for you. So right now it says Caleb had $90. So we would write down 90. He spent 37. Well, here's my number problem then. 90 minus 37 equals how much money he has left. So if I'm using the counting up method, I go 37 plus what gets me to the nearest tens. Well, 37 plus 3 will equal 40. Now I take that new total and I ask myself, well, how does 40 get to this original number, 90? Well, you would add 50. 40 plus 50 would give me that 90. So what did I have to add to 37 to get 90? This column right here. So 3 plus 0 is 3. 5 plus nothing's 5. So my answer is 53. Remember, I always want to check it. So how do I check it? I have to add the number they gave me with the 53. 7 and 3 is 10. Carry a 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my 90. So I know I did it correctly. So what's my answer again? My answer would be 53. The next number, 235 minus 159. We can use the trade method for this. So 235 minus 159. Well, I know right off the bat, I can't have 5 and take away 9, so I trade. The 3 becomes a 2. The 1 goes in front of the 5. I know I can't have 2 minus 5, so instantly I trade again, and now I know I can subtract. 15 minus 9 is 6. 12 minus 5 is 7. And 1 minus 1 is 0, so my answer is 76. I can always check this by adding the two numbers, the smaller one and the number I just got for the answer, 76, and make sure it equals that 235. So let's do that. 9 and 6 is 15, carry a 1. 7 and 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry a 1. 1 and 1 is 2. So there's my 235, so I know also that I got that answer correct. Counting up method, I just showed you. U.S. traditional subtraction. Remember, that is really just thinking of this as columns. And we've done enough with place value that you should know that this first column is the ones column. And the next one is the tens. And the next one is the hundreds. So when we put this number in to solve this, we say this is 400, because we have 4 hundreds, 20, 2 tens is 20, and 5 ones is 5. And we're taking away 200, look how we say that, that's already in the hundreds place, 70 is 7 tens, and 8 ones. So what we want to do is we want to do one column at a time. This is a column, up and down. So 5 minus 8 we can't do. So the 2, we take 1 away. So 1 away from 2 is 1. We put that 1 in front of the 15, and 15 minus 8 is 7. Again, 1 minus 7 we cannot do, so we're doing a column at a time. We take 1 away from 4, which is 3. We put that 1 in front of the 1 that we had. 11 minus 7 is 4. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So your answer is 147. Those are the steps that you take to complete that problem. So make an estimate. Remember, the word estimate means that you're going to be rounding numbers. And it says write a number model to show your thinking. All right, so let's take a look at it. 58. The 8 tells me that I need to either leave that 5 alone or make it go up 1 place value. Well, 8 is 5 or above, so that makes that 5 go up 1 to 6, so my new rounded number is 60. I'm subtracting. What's the 9 telling me to do to the 3? Well, the 9 also is 5 or above, so the 9's telling me, hey, round that 3 up to 4. So my new rounded number is 40. So my number model is 60 minus 40 is 20. Now I actually do the subtracting. Let me erase this so this doesn't get complicated or mess you up. Okay, 8 minus 9 I can't do, so I have to borrow. I take 1 away from the 5. I make that a 4. I put that 1 in front of the 8. 18 minus 9 is 9. And 4 minus 3 is 1. Look at when I compare my answer. 19 is my real answer. 20 was my estimated answer. They both make sense. So I know that I did it correctly. One 9 in your math journal. Please go to page 21. Complete this page. Make sure you're following the directions. It says make an estimate. So we got to do just like we did on the past one. You have to round. Then write a number model. That number model goes down here. And then solve the problem. So again, this was the one we just did. Your entire number model has to go down here on the line. Now you would actually subtract like we did on the previous page. And again, it says make sure they make sense. 19, 20 makes sense. Complete this page, then bring it up to myself or Mrs. Voorhees or Mrs. Wolfcool or whatever paraprofessionals in the room and make sure that we check them and you do not. Pause the tape now and go do that page 21 in your math journal. This is just giving you the answers to those problems which you already had myself or Mrs. Voorhees or the paraprofessional check. The next thing I would like you to do is go into your math journal and do page 22. Now you can do this independent or with a small group. Make sure if you get stuck, you're asking for help. Then go back to the answer key, correct the page. If you got any wrong, please come see me so that I can explain what you did incorrectly. Counting up subtraction, trade first subtraction, and U.S. traditional subtraction. Let's look at all three of these so you can see the difference. So to estimate 825, the 5 is telling me to make that 2 go up to a 3. So my estimate is going to be 830. The reason I went to the tens place is because I want as accurate an answer as possible. I'm going to the tens place here also. Notice how I'm underlining them. The 8 is telling me to make the 7 go up 1. So my answer there is 480. So let's look at these first. All right, the counting up subtraction. Since my estimate number problem is written out already, I know I'm starting with 480 and going up to 830. So first I'm going to take 480 to 500. That's easiest. So 480 plus 20 equals 500. It's important that you keep your numbers as straight into columns as possible. So my next number I'm starting in this line is with 500. 500, and I want to get all the way up to 830. Well, I know if I add 300, that's going to get me up to 800. So that's what I'm going to add because that's easiest for me. That now has me to 800. But my number was 830. So I'm going to start here with 800. And now I'm going to add that final 30 to get my 830. So how did I get this answer? Well, 0, 0, 0 is 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 3 plus nothing is 3. So my answer is 350. Let's go to trade first subtraction. Okay, I have 830. Sorry, my handwriting's not any better. To 480. Well, I already know by looking at this that I don't have to trade because 0 minus 0 is 0. But I do have to trade here. 8 take away 1 is 7. And now I'm ready to subtract. I put the 1 I took away from that in front of the 3. 0 minus 0 is 0. 13 minus 8 is 5. And 7 minus 4 is 3. Look at my answers. Are almost exactly the same. And actually they are exactly the same. And now traditional US, remember just lining them up in columns. And I subtract the ones place first, 0 minus 0, 0. Now I go over to the tens. I see I have to trade or borrow, so I take 1 away from the 8, make that a 7, put it in front of the 3 to make 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. 7 minus 4 is 3. So my answer is 350. All three methods had me get the same answer. All right, so we're back into our math journals. Please look at page 23. Do page 23. Stop and pause the tape now. You're going to be looking at the counting up traditional fractions. Again, I'm sorry, that's page 22. If you have not done it, if you have, go on to page 23, do the math boxes, check them on your own. Any that you got wrong, please step back and see myself or Mrs. Voorhees so that we can go over and correct them for you. And the final thing in 1-9 is you must get page 34. It's a loose leaf sheet in your file folder. You must complete that and turn it in to myself or the basket. Make sure you complete it. You should be able to do this all on your own. Thank you.